Now switching over to college football, the Moravian Greyhounds hit the turf at Rocco Calvo Field for the first time in full pads, returning 8 starters on offense and 7 on defense from their 5-5 2014 team. They look to hit the ground running come opening day on September 5th. Gwen Begley has a preview of their upcoming campaign.
Rain was no match for the Greyhounds as they held their first full practice in pads yesterday afternoon. Happy to be back in the blue and gray after a long off season.
It's great to be around the guys at the start of training camp. Now that we're in full pads, it feels good. I know these guys were excited about it. They have great work ethic right now. The intensity's been great, and to get back in full pads and finally feel like we're playing some football after 4 days, we're excited about it.
It feels awesome. We've been looking forward to it all summer. A bunch of guys stuck around, and we've been missing each other and all that, so we're just excited to be back on the field with each other and just working to get this program where we know it can be.
The Moravian Greyhounds have a lot to prove this year, starting with putting their 4-5 2014 season behind them and starting fresh, improving their program each and every game starting on September 5th against King's College.
Definitely started to build up the program a little bit. We took steps in the right direction, but we just try to say, pleased but not complacent. We definitely, like I said before, took steps in the right direction, but we definitely want to get better. Just get better every day and just try to, improve on last year. So we're pleased with it, but definitely not complacent.
There's a lot of positive things that came from that season. The past 3 seasons being 2-8, kind of had to get everyone back in the winning mentality. And I think last season, everyone kind of turned around. And we came out to compete in games, not only to just play, but to actually win the game. So the whole mentality changed from the team, which is nice.
Last season, we learned a lot from the 2014 season. One thing is that we got to have a short memory. We have to learn how to forget things and learn not only from the negatives, but bring positives out of that. The wins too. So there was a lot going on last year with a young group of guys where we had to teach them how to look at wins and get better from them, and then also in those losses, don't hang on to those losses. Have a short memory and get back to the next challenge. So that was the big theme this offseason, is that always concentrate, in a workout or on a drill on what you're doing, that next rep, have a short memory, forget what happened. It's an opportunity to learn from it and to get better, but we got to forget about it and move on.
As Moravian works out the kinks, they're excited about the wealth of talent they're returning on offense and defense, including local high school standouts and recently named captains, Liberty grad Anthony Orlando and Central Catholic product Jalen Snyder-Scipio.
We have a lot of guys returning on both sides. Our offense, turns quarterback Mike Hayes, Chris Negron, and you can't really substitute for experience, for a lot of game experience. So we're excited to let that transfer to a whole nother year.
Liam Nolan and Jalen Snyder-Scipio are 2 returners, but I think we have some younger guys in Justice Anderson and Aaron Hudson that had limited time last year that we're expecting big roles from. And then on the defensive side of the ball, again in the skill spots, with Jimmy McCarthy and Noah Miller returning at corner and Anthony Orlando at safety, those guys really need to be the leaders on each side of the football. Offensive line-wise, there's a lot of guys that have taken a lot of snaps. We only lost 1 up front from the 14 season. So there's a lot of experience there, and that's a good thing, so we can really work on some player development with the younger guys, and the older guys can help with that.
The Greyhounds will kick off their season with 2 games on the road and will have their home opener on September 19th against Johns Hopkins. At Rocco Calvo Field, I'm Gwen Begley for 2 Sports.